Okay, so the last time I left off, I was putting together the beginning steps of the charges, and I actually ran out of fuses, so I've got about 40 canisters left here that I still need to get fuse for. So I had to order more fuse. You will notice here too that there's differences in lengths, like this one's a little bit shorter compared to this one right here, which is longer. Part of the reason why is because I had two different kinds of fuses with different burn rates. Some important information I forgot to mention in the last video, which I really want to touch bases with. Uh, I prefer to use a fuse with a burn rate of about 30, 30 seconds per foot. With that ideal burn rate, you want to actually cut your uh, fuses to about 3.5 to 4 inches long. Um, Again, you can play around with it. Another thing I forgot to mention, very, very important here. When you select your film canisters, make sure you get the ones with the lids that pop off, not the screw on. If you get the ones with the screw on, you'll actually make the canister lids too tight and you'll build up too much compression, and you can actually get something pretty dangerous then. And you want these to be able to pop off. You can see, again, I'll pick one back up. These pop off pretty easy just with the flick of my thumb. So when I actually have my charge completely built and ignite, these pop off, blow off. They give a nice little boom sound, bang like a firecracker, and they'll help distribute that baking soda that I talked about. After you can see that I've put my fuses in my film canisters, the next step I did is I took some aluminum foil. Again, little pro tip here. Uh, Last time I made them, I just bought cheap aluminum foil, and boy did I pay for what I got. The aluminum foil was very thin and ripped pretty easy, so I learned. So this time around, the aluminum foil I got, this is of course Glad brand, but it's the heavy duty. It's made for barbecuing, putting on the grill, and that's some good stuff, and that's what you really want. What you'll want to do with aluminum foil, and you can do it however you'd like. This is just what I was taught and my suggestion. I took a ruler and I pulled out and cut out a 12-inch by 12-inch section of aluminum foil. And once I make my 12-inch by 12-inch section, I subdivided these with a Sharpie and just drew these out into a grid. And it's not 100% perfect. I'm not doing lumber construction here, but what you want to do is try to grid it out to get a 2-inch by 2-inch square. So with a 12-inch by 12-inch, you're actually getting 6 one way, 6 binary, so you'll get 36 of these 2-inch by 2-inch squares of aluminum foil. Once you get them gridded out, you'll want to take some scissors and start cutting them out. I've got mine in a Ziploc bag just to kind of help keep them stored and everything. These are going to be the base with the charge, or what the actual powder is going to go into. And speaking of powder, this is what I'm using. This is just 3FG black powder. You can buy this at any sporting goods store like Bass Pro Shops or Gander Mountain or Field and Stream, or really any firearm place. And what you want to do is you want to take your powder and you want to pour it out into a little paper. And I've got a nice little tool. Again, you can buy these the same places you buy the powder. And you want to measure out the powder. For safety, I was taught that for the Great War Association, you should not exceed 20 grains of powder. That's actually what I have this set at. You may want to go even lower to like 15 grains. It's all going to depend on what kind of compression that you're getting and when you pack the powder. What you want to do with the powder Again, you're going to take those 2" by 2" squares, and you're going to take it and kind of roll it up into a funnel and pour the powder into the funnel. You can see that I've already got some in there. Once you get the powder put into the funnel, you just simply take your fuse going through your lid. There's the top and the bottom. You'll see that there's a lengthier amount at the bottom than the top. But you want to stick the fuse down into that funnel with the powder and then wrap it all off and close it up tight. Then I take some baking soda. I'm using some 5-pound buckets of baking soda that I got at Gordon Food Services. It's like $5 a bucket. Again, since I'm making about 200 grenades, I figured I'm actually going to need almost 100 pounds of baking soda. Yeah, that's a lot, but bear with me. What I'm going to do is my grenades are going to be 8 ounces of baking soda each. So 8 times 2 at 16 ounces is a pound. Two grenades per pound, so about 100 pounds is what I did with the math. I filled some baking soda in the film canister, and I've got a little scale here. Let me zero this out. There we go. And what I want to do is, when I get my total charge, I want it to be just at about 1 ounce. The total charge of the film canister, the baking soda, the wick, everything. This is actually reading, there it goes. It's been going back and forth between 1 ounce and 0.9, but this is just going to be about 1 ounce total. But that's it, really, you know. And again, I can pop this one open and you can see there's the charge with the powder wrapped around the fuse, and I just stick it down in the canister, close it. Again, for use of these, you just take a cigarette lighter and you'll light the fuse, and as it burns down, it'll reach that powder, and with it being wrapped up in that foil, it will ignite and explode. When it explodes, the lid will pop off and the baking soda will fly out, and that'll give the dusting and cover. But this is the second part of the process, and you can see it's kind of lengthy and quite in depth, and it's going to be time consuming, especially considering I'm putting together 200 of these grenades. I'll catch up with you guys again in hopefully a few days or so and show you how I'm putting this into the final grenade and the final assembly, and hopefully we'll have some grenades. Talk to you guys later. Bye.